Hey everyone, and welcome to this update video. Of sorts, kind of. I'm actually not entirely certain what to call it, but since I can't create a community post due to still being quite far away from the required minimum 500 subscribers needed in order to unlock that option, videos are the only way that I can communicate with you guys at this point in time. So here we are. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is quite simple. It's summer, and what that usually means for me is that I go and visit my family for a couple of months. And this year is going to be no different. I will be visiting my family between the beginning of July and roughly the middle of September. So for around 2 months, or a little over 2 months, I will be with my family, and subsequently I will be away from my PS4. I'm not going to have access to it. So this has left me with the conundrum of what can I do in that time that would allow me to still be able to offer you guys new content. Now, I've come up with 2 solutions, and I would really love to hear what you guys think about them. So be sure to leave your thoughts in a comment below. Solution number 1. As I said, am not going to have access to my PS4, and therefore I'm not going to be able to continue my Dark Souls 3 and Sekiro playthroughs. But I am going to have access to my gaming laptop, and with it, Steam. So, in theory, I should be able to still be able to create gaming content for the channel. With the game that I'm considering playing being Hollow Knight. But note that I said in theory. I haven't actually tested if I can, put together a good recording setup, over there. I haven't tested that, so I don't know if I would be able to actually have a good setup that would enable me to offer you guys good content, quality content. And my main worry revolves mainly around the issue of soundproofing. Here I've got pretty damn good soundproofing, so any noise that comes from the street or from my neighbors is very, very dampened and does not get picked up by my phone. That would not be the case over, back home, so to say. The walls and windows and even the doors are thinner than here, and so anyone walking down the corridor right outside my room, or a car passing through the street, or my cousin turning up the music really loud, it would get picked up by my phone, and that might ruin the quality of the gameplay. So I'm a little bit worried about that and lighting. So I would only really be able to to see if I can continue with gameplay content once I'm actually there. Option or solution number 2 that I've come up with, and a solution where I feel that the soundproofing would not be so much of an issue, is that I do movie reactions. I have been asked a couple of times in comments over the past several months if I would be open to doing that. Now, admittedly, it was always for a very specific film, or maybe I should say trilogy. But I think that it would be a good way for me to still be able to offer you guys new content. Without worrying about soundproofing too much, since essentially the sound from the film or TV series or anime would, I think, be enough to drown out any other noise that might be happening, any other ambient sounds that might be happening outside of my room. And if it is movie reactions, I'm open to quite a bit actually. As I said, films, TV series, anime, all of those are on the table. Although in regards to films, I'm immediately saying Lord of the Rings is not going to happen. I've watched that trilogy so many times that I can quote it. The same goes for the Star Wars trilogy and the Harry Potter films. Like, I grew up with the Harry Potter films and, well, pretty much with Star Wars as well. Although I personally don't consider anything that has been created, any of the films created past Episode 6, so to say, to be canon. For me, canon is what is the world created through the extended universe, which includes books and comics. So, although I've watched all of the Star Wars films, I've only watched the 7th, 8th, and 9th films once in the cinema. That was it. Once was enough. I haven't, however, watched the Star Wars TV series. So I haven't, for example, watched The Mandalorian. I haven't watched, what was it? Ahsoka or The Acolytes, and there was another one? Andor. I haven't watched Andor. So I haven't watched those. I have watched the Kenobi TV series. Little Leia was cute. Absolutely adorable. But I haven't watched any of those, so they're very much on the table. If you'd like me to react to them. I have watched Game of Thrones, so that's off the table as well. House of the Dragon also. Even if I have to admit, I was kind of wary about watching House of the Dragons after what I personally think was very, very poor writing in the final season of Game of Thrones. But I really wanted to see the dragons, so I have watched House of the Dragons as well. But there are many TV series, of course, that I haven't watched. So, for example, I haven't watched Arcane. I haven't watched... It's always when you want to name things, you know, make a list of things and name things that you suddenly blank, isn't it? I'm going to put a list of films which are off the table in the video description, so check that out before you make any suggestions, if you want to make any suggestions. But there are quite a few classics that I haven't watched. So, for example, I haven't watched any of the Star Trek series. I haven't watched any of the Star Trek films, actually. I haven't watched any of the Matrix films. Separate scenes, yes, but not the actual entire films. Or classics such as, what was it? The Princess Bride. I haven't watched that one. I know some scenes from it and some quotes from it, but I haven't actually watched the entire film again. And I mentioned that anime is also an option. I have watched the entirety of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. I've watched Boruto. I've watched Bleach. I am not going to watch One Piece. I've watched several episodes and it could never really I could never really get into it. That, and it's ridiculously long, so I'm disinclined to watch that. But I haven't watched, for example, classics again like Elfenlied or Wolf's Rain. I haven't watched newer ones which are quite good, or at least I've been told are quite good, like Frieren or Dungeon Meshi, or what was it? Dan Da Dan. So I'm also open to any anime suggestions. So yeah, I think I'm just going to put a list in the video description of series that are very much not an option since I've already watched them. But I'm open to just about anything as long as it's not zombies. As long as it's not zombies, I'm open to anything. So, The Walking Dead, guys? No. No. Solid, no. So yeah. Tell me what you guys think about these two solutions. And I guess I'm going to make another video with the decision I've made, I don't know, around the beginning of July or something like that. So you've got about 2 weeks or 3 weeks to tell me what you think. And yeah, I still don't know how to end these videos, so thanks for watching, I guess. Leave a like, subscribe, and look forward to more gaming content and possibly more if I do go for movie and TV and anime reactions. So yeah, thanks for watching.